Howdy folks, Creepy Kentuckian back with you again from DEADPIT.com. This time we're taking a look at a brand new limited edition set brought to us by the kind folks over at Arrow Video. Tony Scott directed, Quentin Tarantino written. This is True Romance from 1993. Almost 30 years old. Hard to believe, isn't it? So this is a movie that I had seen back when it came out. I had seen when the DVD special edition was released, and then not since. So it's been a few years since I've seen this. This one right here is a 4K that features that high dynamic range, baby, that Arrow Video loves to present upon us. And it is in that fat, squishy box that everyone enjoys. And we're going to take a look at it. This one just recently came out, and a lot of people are excited about this one. In a lot of ways, this is the movie that really got Tarantino's name out there on the map, if you will. This is an award-winning film and stars just a crazy amount of people in this. Some in very minor roles, some in just one scene. But man, just a crazy cast in this one too. So let's talk about the movie, and we'll get into all the features and all that good stuff that's in this edition here. True Romance stars Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, who play Clarence and Alabama. They meet one night at a late night movie, Street Fighter. I think it's a couple of the Street Fighter movies starring Sonny Chiba. And they really fall for each other quickly. It's one of those never-ending nights. You know, they go out for some pie afterwards. And then, Clarence takes her up to his loft to enjoy some, And, yeah, they kind of go from there. They really hit it off and start a true romance, if you will. Now, one of the things that Alabama, Miss Patricia Arquette, who looks cute as hell in this movie, by the way, she was paid by one of Clarence's friends. She's a rookie prostitute to show him a good time. And Clarence is like, I'm fine with that. As long as, I love you, you love me, it's all good. We're a happy family, if you will. They go off and they even get hitched just pretty much right away. This, like I said, this is a true romance. Yeah. But Alabama has some unfinished business to take care of with her Jamaican pimp, who is played by Gary Oldman, who's like a master of disguise, man. Like, I would have never, had I not known that beforehand, I would have never known. In the scene with Gary Oldman and, just what all goes on there, I don't want to give any of it away for anybody that hasn't seen it. Great stuff. The Jamaican pimp also has a very large case of uncut cocaine, right? And Clarence takes it, and they go on the run to California to try to sell the cocaine to Bronson Pinchot from Perfect Strangers, and probably one of the weirdest role. Like, that was the weirdest pick for a role that I'd ever seen. And it just chaos goes from there. Okay. That's the mob's drugs. It's $1 million worth of cocaine, I think they said. And the mob is pissed off and they're coming for him. The mob led by Christopher Walken. Right. And they're coming for Alabama and Clarence, boys. So there's going to be a showdown in Los Angeles. Now, this is a classic movie. This has been a long time since I've seen this. My wife and I watched it. She had never seen this movie before, obviously. And she really loved it as well. So this is a great movie. It's got Quentin Tarantino's fingerprints all over it throughout the whole movie. Clarence here, he does hear voices in his head, but it's not from just a random, it's Elvis, right, basically. Which Elvis is played in this by Val Kilmer. Right. I don't think he's credited as Elvis, but it is what it is. There's also appearances in this. James Gandolfini, the scene with his character and Alabama here, great Awesome shit. Michael Rappaport, Brad Pitt plays a killer pothead in this. He's got that dead on. He may have had some experience with that around that time. I don't know. If you're a fan of Tarantino films, then this is an obvious pickup. There's not a whole lot of his films that's actually even out in 4K, which this isn't one that he directed, but honestly, man, like you would think it was. Like it's just got his, I think it was a screenplay that he had worked on for 6 or 7 years or something before it was finally made. And it's kind of like his dream project. Guys, this is a killer movie, and this is a killer edition here. We're going to get into these limited edition goodies, the limited edition contents, new 4K restorations on 2 different cuts of the movie, the theatrical cut and the director's cut, from the original camera negatives by Arrow Films, limited edition packaging with reverse artwork and all that good stuff. This 4K UHD is in Dolby Vision with HDR10 compatibility. Both cuts are that way. You have audio commentary by director Tony Scott, audio commentary by writer Quentin Tarantino, audio commentary by stars Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette, audio commentary by Tim Lucas, select scene commentaries by stars Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Brad Pitt, and Michael Rappaport. Brand new select scene commentaries by co-stars Saul Robinette and Bronson Pinchot. New interview with costume designer Susan Becker. New interview with editor Michael Tronick. New interview with composer Mark Messina. Tons of interviews, alternate endings, TV spots, trailers. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this. As the norm for these limited editions, you've got all kinds of goodies thrown in here, and we're going to get into them, boys. First thing is the actual 4K, which looks amazing, by the way. It looks great. I mean, it looks as good as I've ever seen this movie before, and it is a new 4K remaster. That's what you get on the inside there, and Arrow always does these limited edition lobby card reproductions from the film. Dennis Hopper is in this as well, yeah, if I didn't mention that. Just to add to the brilliant cast in this, Dennis Hopper. You got that, and there is alternate artwork. So this is a newly commissioned art. If you want something that's more along the lines of the original artwork, but yeah, that's the alternate artwork for True Romance. I kind of like that. It's a 60-page booklet with some matte art, which is great. Arrow, there's nobody that can top them when it comes to this stuff. Absolutely great. Here. Some behind-the-scenes photos. And, of course, the poster. You cannot forget the poster. I never hang the posters up just simply because I have no room at all. But otherwise, if I did have the room, I would be getting frames for these things and putting them up. So this is another stacked package, guys, from Arrow Video. They always do a fantastic job with their limited editions. If this is one that you've been looking to upgrade for a while, this is the perfect edition to get. I can't imagine there would ever be a better edition of this one coming out in home video. And the presentation, the box, the artwork, extra features loaded up, all of it is great. High recommendation from me, especially the Tarantino fan, who as of right now on 4K in the HD world, in the Ultra HD world, not much of his stuff is out there in 4K. I have no idea why, but True Romance is one that you can pick up today. Arrow Video has it out now. Check it out and check us out over at DEADPIT.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I want you to.
Okay.
Let's keep our community growing here on
No,
YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and click that bell.
For this video officially ends, Oh Curly Jaws has a message for you. Go on over to shop.deadpit.com and go look at their Teen Public store right now. You got some new shirts like the Oh Curly Jaws official t-shirt, which is brutal and badass. You got the Yummy Gummy shirt with the captain himself on the shirt. You got Uncle Bill's face on a fucking shirt. You got the Final Girl shirt. You got all these shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Get them before they're all out, especially the new one, Bedtime's in 39. It doesn't get better than that, so go on out. Check out these shirts at shop.deadpit.com. Go look at their Teen Public store. You're going to have a good old time. Get them all!
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. DeadPit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.